Moonlight white, white like eyes. It's so beautiful. I have to go towards the moon. Local 58 TV is one of the strangest and most fascinating YouTube channels you'll come across. It's an analog horror designed to imitate a retro broadcast, complete with VHS effects, by Chris Robb. Chris Robb is known for horror stories such as Candle Cove and Ichor Falls, as well as the webcomic Brood Hollow. The channel's first video was uploaded on 26th October 2015. The broadcast is supposed to reside in the Mason County area, which is in West Virginia, USA, and covers the fictional towns of Ichor Falls, Edenvale, and Lasker City. The videos themselves simultaneously instill fear and intrigue. Don't worry if you struggle to get some real sleep after this video. The first video, entitled "You're on the Fastest Available Route," starts with the intro where the midnight movie plays at 12:05 AM. Paid programming is supposed to play at 1:55 AM but is removed. We then see on screen what looks like black and white dashcam footage showing someone travelling to a destination while the GPS provides voice instructions.
Left onto Merritt Parkway. You are on the fastest available route.
The GPS ends up taking them through the woods towards some unknown creature. The person then flees after spotting the creature.
Rerouting. Make a U-turn.
At the end, the camera is shattered.
You have arrived.
The second video, Contingency, starts with the end of the broadcast day at 3 AM. The broadcast is then interrupted by the contingency message reel informing the viewer that the United States has surrendered to enemy forces. The following message appears on screen signed by Lyndon B. Johnson. The broadcast then urges everyone, including children, to be put down. The broadcast refers to infants and pets as the smallest patriots, and says the 51st state is not a place. Finally, the station says that the broadcast by the US government was a hoax. The third video, Weather Service, starts with the TV schedule showing 4 programs. An emergency alert of a weather warning in the area interrupts the broadcast. This is a warning of an impending meteorological event that lasts till sunrise. On screen it says, "Citizens are advised not to look at this event with the naked eye." The viewer is then told not to look at the night sky before the warning is quickly lifted. Then a bunch of poetic words appear over the screen. Finally, you can hear screams as the moon comes into focus on Cam B. One of the things you'll notice is the emphasis on the moon in these videos. The fourth video, Station ID, is a short one, which simply has some words over a garbled broadcast. The fifth video, Show for Children, features an animation of a skeleton called Cadaver in A Grave Mistake. Cadaver is walking along a cemetery and peers into a grave, only to find a frightening skeleton. This disturbs Cadaver. He then walks and comes across another grave and peers in. This time he finds a creature that's still alive. At this point the music stops and the moon in the top right corner looks frightened as well. Finally, Cadaver enters the cave and lies down. The moon then enters the cave and Cadaver dies. The sixth video, a look back, goes through clips of the previous videos.
Your destination has moved.
The seventh video, Real Sleep, is presented as an educational video by the company Thought Research Initiative, where the company enforces the idea that dreamless sleep is necessary for quality sleep. We're first shown a series of statements and asked whether to discern if it's a myth or fact. Then after this segment we're shown something called a Kleitman map. This is named after Dr. Nathaniel Kleitman, a pioneer in REM sleep research. Then we're shown a series of images and phrases designed to induce an anti-dream. The eighth video, Sky Watching, focuses on stargazing at night, first viewing Orion's belt. The person then looks at Pleiades and ends with a viewing of the moon which shows the words, "His throne," appear over the moon. As the person focuses on the moon, it ends up looking very different from how we perceive it. The person recording then walks towards the moon, and the words "Rejoice" appear on screen. The 9th video, Digital Transition, is about the TV station Local 58 transitioning to digital broadcasting and away from analog broadcasting. The broadcast says that there's a penalty for using analog broadcasting after the cut-off date. The 10th and longest video of the series, Close, is a broadcast showing a space agency spacecraft, known as Close, preparing to land on a comet, and then landing at the very end of the video. At the end, a door can be seen on the comet, and after they've landed, the video finishes abruptly. The 11th video, NSSA 3 Atypical, is just a video with a lot of static and occasionally the logo for the TV station appearing. The 12th video, Night Walk, airs a show with narration about a story which takes place in Lasker City, known as The Woman in Profile, about a woman gazing up at the sky.
Woman in Profile. A local newspaper printed the first instance of the story in 1961. But unlike other campfire tales, the woman in profile first appeared in a police blotter.
At the end, someone confronts the woman.
Excuse me.
The woman is revealed to be some two-headed creature with glowing eyes. Some text appears on screen, then the video cuts. The final video ad spot shows an ad for the company TRI, Thought Research Initiative, advertising a product called Qualiform Intuition, or QI. The rest of the video shows interaction through a computer with a sentient being, where the intelligence is asked a variety of questions.
I lived a virtuous life. God made me as an angel. Now I live in heaven where I continue to help others. Heaven is more beautiful than I could have ever imagined and very cold, and I am afraid of God. Are you God?
Before I start, I'd like to credit the following Reddit post by Grace Tempest, as well as the local 58 wiki. Without these two sources, my video would have been much harder to make. The most popular initial theory was the alien theory. A variety of YouTubers presented this theory. The theory goes like this: aliens have a desire to invade Earth. In the "You are on the fastest available route" video, at the end you see a glimpse of a creature. This could be an alien which starts the first phase of an alien invasion by luring people to its location through GPS. There's also the broadcast wavelength of 476 MHz, which coincides with various signals that have been picked up from outer space in real life. The theory is backed up by contingency, which could be referencing some sort of war with an extraterrestrial species. The moon imagery littered throughout the series also evokes a sense of otherworldliness, and the moon could be a vessel or spacecraft for the aliens to take over the Earth. In the video Weather Service, there are words at the end that seem like a non-human entity attempting to speak English, which could be the aliens comforting humanity before the Earth is taken over. In the show for children, you can see a clown head statue before and after the show. After the show ends, the clown head's eyes focus on the viewer themselves. The mouth is also a lot larger. This could be the alien's message being corrupted. The ad spot video seems hard to link to the alien theory though. Chris Robb also discredited this theory in a statement he gave. Thankfully, other theories are available. The connected universe theory makes a lot of sense, but doesn't explain everything sufficiently for me. This is the theory that all of Chris Robb's work is interconnected. This would include the 2009 horror story Candle Cove, the collection of horror stories Iker Falls, and the webcomic Brood Hollow. The events are occurring because of a crossover with an alternate dimension. The idea is that the creatures in Local 58 are able to travel between dimensions. For example, the woman in profile in Nightwalk is said to fade into the shadows. It still doesn't quite hit the mark though. This is one of the most compelling theories, the cosmic horror theory. This is the theory that the moon is behind all of the strange and unusual occurrences in the Local 58 universe. The moon is alive as some sort of eldritch abomination. There are screams that can be heard in Weather Service when the broadcast switches to Can Be. This is a common theme in Lovecraft's books, where something incomprehensible causes insanity. In the same video, the words at the end could be an employee losing his mind due to insanity. A quote from Chris Robb also seems to back this theory up, where he wants to portray the concept of something utterly foreign and unmappable to human consciousness. This is a good theory, but in my opinion still doesn't account for all the information. I refuse to accept that these are all the theories we have. I refuse. That's it, I'm out. I'm done. This is the end of the video. Unless... This is a theory I personally concocted, which goes by many names. The religious horror theory, the venerated moon theory, the divine retribution theory, the divinely sanctioned slow burn apocalypse, and the Moonsday theory. The last is my favourite. It goes like this: God wants to enact an apocalypse due to the arrogance of humanity and the desire to become their own gods. This is evidenced by the video Real Sleep, in which the instructional video by the Thought Research Initiative says, "We are our own gods," during the segment with subliminal messages flashing across the screen. This is also evidenced by the ad spot video, where the Thought Research Initiative is attempting to create real intelligence through technology, essentially playing God. While speaking to this intelligent computational being, it asks, "Are you God?" to which the person typing changes his response to yes, emphasizing they have gone too far in their arrogance and desire for worldly control. In the ad spot video, you also see the Thought Research Initiative release something called qualia-form intuition. What is qualia? This is a term for referring to the internal subjective experiences of a person. In other words, the Thought Research Initiative has created consciousness, or life. The consciousness they've created describes themselves being in heaven. It's my belief that the conscious being has been made to believe they're in heaven so as not to question their creators. Another example of playing God. The video Real Sleep shows that the Thought Research Initiative's aim is to stamp out dreams and enforce others to have dreamless sleep. The following is said during the Myth or Fact segment. Dreams contain symbolism that can predict the future. Afterwards, we're shown that this is a myth and told, precognition is a lie. This leads me to believe dreamless sleep is desirable as it removes uncomfortable prophecies and imagery about the end of the world. So why would God punish humanity? Aside from their desire to become their own gods, they also venerate the moon. I'll dub this the Moonsday cult, like Doomsday but for the moon. I chose it because it sounds neat. The way people behave around the moon could be some form of religious ecstasy or euphoria, such as the screaming in reverential terms. God also punishes humanity by transforming them into beasts, which hunt and attack or infect other humans. The close mission could be a ritual acted out by humanity, some form of space or sky worship, which they were most likely punished for. The people in the videos are experiencing mass psychogenic illness or collective psychosis due to their adoration of the moon. The screams you hear in weather service is an example of religious ecstasy, and the way they perceive the moon in sky watching is how they hallucinate the moon. The world is ending and humanity is doomed to be destroyed due to the illness they have and societal collapse, and by a divine being. Even if the entire universe is being destroyed, at least I have you guys here with me. If you're afraid of the end, we will look together. Now, with all that said and done, that's just a theory, a terrifying one, and because that was terrifying, what we need isn't a paradigm shift in our understanding of Local 58. What we need is a tonal shift to lift our spirits. Cue the outro.